Hello, Black Healing Matters family. This is Danielle here at the Black Healing Matters podcast, where we offer you ideas to hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. And today is a beautiful Tuesday, man. Tuesday, almost through the week. We're getting off. I hope your week is getting started off on the right foot. And on this Know Thy History Tuesday, I want to kind of switch it up a little bit. Usually, I just talk about facts and information, historical information, but today I'm going to share with you something I found really interesting in the book that I'm reading entitled The Destruction of Black Civilization. Yes, again, the destruction of Black civilization. Great issues of race from 4500 BC to 2000 AD. Now, if you're that's the whole title, and the book is by Chancellor Williams. So if you heard that, again, that time frame, 4500 BC to 2000 AD, that's about a 6500-year span. But this book does a really good job of being, what I do love about the book is that it tells history from the Black perspective, which is very different if you've never experienced it from what we usually see and read and hear in our history classes in Western schools, because that is the Eurocentric view of Africans. According to most European history, there was no African history until Europeans arrived. Or, yeah, basically that's what they call it. That's the story. Until they showed up and started recording history, it seems as though there was no history, which we know that is not true. And they know it's not true, actually. They know it's not true, too. But there has been a concerted effort to hide a lot of our history, which we've talked about at length on this episode, on this segment of this show as well. If you're interested at all in African history, why it's so difficult to find, why nobody knows about African history, please take some time and listen to some of the past episodes of Know the History Tuesday. And I think that will give you a good little jump off to with good sources, as well as good information to get you off on the right foot. So today I'm taking an excerpt from this book, The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. And I'm going to talk about one of the fascinating things it describes in the book. And he says basically that, we as Black people, people of African descent, are basically living under a European a European style system of law. And that this European system of law is not the same as the ancient African constitutional law. And in the book, he outlines the principles of ancient African constitution law, as well as the fundamental rights of African people. And this was, according to his research, what was used in governing African people long, long, long before Europeans ever entered Africa. And so I'm going to read a few of these not commandments, but laws, I guess, a few of these laws. And I'm not going to read them all. There are 20 laws, I believe, plus 20 more rights of fundamental rights of African people. So this would be like, this is like the Constitution of the United States here. So number one, right? The first law here, the people are the first and final source of all power. That is the first law. The people are the first and final source of all power. Number two, the rights of the community of people are, and of right ought to be, superior to those of any individual, including chiefs and kings. The will of the people is the supreme law. Chiefs and kings are under the law, not above it. Mm. Now, that's quite different than what we have come to experience under the European style of law. It goes on. Number 3, kings, chiefs, and elders are leaders, not rulers. They are the elected representatives of the people and the instruments of executing their will. That is the will of the people. That's interesting. Number 4, governments and people are one and the same. That's interesting. Government and people are one and the same. Number 5, the family is, and this one's really important, y'all. So this is the first time you hear mention of family. The family is recognized as the primary social, judicial, economic, and political unity in the society. The family council may function as a court empowered to try all internal, non-serious matters, including only members of the extended family group. Think about that for a second. That basically means that the family is the first place where all trial is held. And any matters, social, judicial, economic, political, in every way. Like there's a family council that handles all non-serious, like not murder, but the day-to-day kind of squabbles and things like that, non-violent crime type things, that the family handles that first. And that's in the Constitution. That's interesting. So the family actually has a constitutional responsibility. That's really interesting. All right, I'm going to read one more, and this will be the final one. Number 6, the elder of each extended family or clan is its chosen representative on the council. So there's a council of decision makers in every area, I suppose, and it's made up of the elders of each family. Okay, and that was just the first 6 principles of ancient African constitutional law. Amazing. And I think this goes to show that, when we as African people think about success and how we want to live our lives, again, I'm talking about people of African descent, it may not fit into the Eurocentric Western style of living. And you can see just from these laws here that there was a very strong emphasis on community and social responsibility, even within the law. And that the government was not above the people, but serving the people. And I mean, I can just say, as an American now living outside of America for such a long time and having experienced other cultures, other countries, I can see so clearly that American people are afraid of their government. And that doesn't happen everywhere. But under a very strict, very strong Eurocentric type of law and rule like America, yeah, people are afraid of the government because the government is not supporting the people. The government is over the people. And that's actually a very scary situation. And it's very contrarian to the African way of law. So I hope you found that interesting, as I did, as you strive to, figure out how you want to live in this world, how you want to be in this world. I hope that we can, just having this tidbit of information from our ancestors gives you a bit of solace and, even a way to see how you hope to live in the future, as well as what we should be working towards in the future. As well, if you're interested in this book, again, the book is called The Destruction of The Destruction of Black Civilization, Great Issues of a Race from 4500 BC to 2000 AD by Chancellor Williams. And the passage I just read is on page 181. Okay? All right. On that note, Black Healing Matters family, I love you. Stay blessed. Please let me know what you thought about this episode and leave me a comment, leave me a call in, send me an email. Again, blackhealingmatters@gmail.com always. And if you're loving this podcast, we're now 80 episodes in, y'all. Over 80 episodes. We're coming up on 100 episodes this month. And so if you're loving this podcast, also please like, comment, share, review it. If you're not listening to this on iTunes as well or any other platform, please leave comments, leave ratings, and this will also allow other people to find us and spread this good message, because there's not too many places you can hear this type of information. And I do hope that this is really being helpful to you. And if you find it helpful, again, please share, like, comment, and help other people to find this. On that note, Black Healing Matters family, I love you. Stay blessed. And as always, Black Healing Matters.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.